Hello. Today, I wanted to make a little video about who I think will be a champion in WWE by the end of the year. Now, with WrestleMania just ending, we're entering this new era, whatever you want to call it, Triple H era, Renaissance era, Cody era, whatever you want to do. We're entering this new era of WWE, and I wanted to just list some people I can see being a champion by at least the end of the year. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to select 5 superstars, 1 being the most likely, 5 being the least likely, but I could still see it happening in a world, maybe a parallel universe somewhere. I could see it happening. In my head, I could see it happening, or I just want it to happen. So that is what I'm going to do. So we'll start with the women's division in WWE. So starting out, we have Tiffany Stratton. Now, Tiffany Stratton, I feel like it's pretty obvious that she's probably going to be champion by the end of the year. I think she's going to win the women's Money in the Bank. I feel like she'd be such a fun character to have with the Money in the Bank too. But I feel like she's going to be one that they have her cash in pretty early, probably because they want her on a Mania card, to be fair. So like maybe like early next year too, she could cash in and hold it for that long. But I think they're going to want her have like a Mania match as a champion more than likely. And I mean, even if she doesn't win Money in the Bank necessarily, I still think she's on the Mania card next year in some way, shape, or form. She's so good. She has a fun moveset, such a fun moveset. She's really fun to watch. Good on the mic, you know, all that stuff. So I think the most obvious one for me is that Tiffany Stratton will probably be a champion by the end of the year. And next is Jade Cargill. You could really swap Jade and Tiffany if you really wanted to. I think they're going to put a belt on Jade as fast as humanly possible, if I'm honest. Well, I guess, I don't know. It's hard to say because they're giving her squash matches right now, which is fine. I think they suit her fine. I don't hate it. So maybe not, but I think she's going to. I have a feeling she probably will, and especially if they make a mid-card championship by the end of the year, I think she wins whatever way to get that championship. I think she's like the top one to win that if that does happen, because I really do think that Tiffany Stratton is gonna win Money in the Bank. And I don't know if Jade's gonna be in the Money in the Bank match. I don't know much about Jade Cargill. I did not watch her in AEW. People probably know better than me if like a ladder match is going to like be something that you would want to do. I don't know. But number 2 is Jade Cargill. And then coming in at number 3, we have Liv Morgan. If you watched the Raw after Mania, you saw that they are reigniting her feud with Rhea Ripley, where she fucking clocked her with that chair, dog. I'm not too sure she wins. I think WWE is so high on Rhea Ripley right now that I find it hard that Liv is going to take the championship off of her, but I could see it happening. I mean, they've had faith with Liv having the championship before. I think Liv is great. I think she gets a little bit of hate. I think her moveset's fine. I think she has good matches. She's pretty good on the mic. If she beat Rhea, I'd be pretty surprised. Not that surprised. So that's why she's at 3, because I think like it's unlikely, but she's been champion before, and the feud with Rhea, you know, there's a real story behind it. She really does not like her, so maybe it pushes her to another level, you know. Rhea put her out of action for so long, maybe that kicks her into a whole new gear that makes her beat Rhea Ripley. Coming in at number 4 is Dakota Kai. Now, this one, honestly, if I was doing somebody who's going to be a champion within like the next 2 years, I would put Dakota Kai much higher, because I think her and Bayley are going to have a championship match eventually. WWE is pretty high in Dakota Kai. She's had 2 main event SmackDown matches on the road to WrestleMania, and both of them really good. Dakota Kai is great. She has such a fun moveset. She's so fun to watch. She's really good on the mic. I really like Dakota Kai, and I think it would be awesome to see her become a champion. I have her at 4 because I don't know if it's going to happen this year, by the end of the year, but I mean, it's there. The possibility's there. Bayley's a champion, the whole damage control thing. I could see it happening where her and Dakota Kai have a match for the belt, and I think it would be a banger. It would be a really good match. That's why I have her at number 4. And at my number 5, I'm putting Candace Loray. Now, listen, I said 5 would be the most unlikely to happen, and I meant that. I think it's very unlikely that Candace Loray wins a championship in WWE by the end of the year, but there's hope. All right, this is a personal pick for me. I like the heel stuff she's doing right now. I think the heel stuff she's doing right now is really fun. It's nice to see her doing something because Candace Loray is really good. If you have not seen more Candace Loray matches, do yourself a favor. You know what I'm saying? But Candace Loray is really good, and it would be awesome to see her win some gold. I mean, with the way her heel run's going right now, it's gaining a little bit, but I don't know if it's connecting as much as they probably want. But I think it's only a matter of time before she goes after somebody who people really like and they can elevate her more as a heel. And I think it would be really good with us having a face champion and Bayley now. I feel like it's more possible that maybe Candace Loray, if she starts getting the reactions more, that she's put into that picture, and that'd be awesome because Candace Loray is really good and I want to see more of her matches on the main roster, please. And that is going to do it for the women. I think my choices weren't too crazy. The Candace Loray one's a little crazy, but you know, that's what makes these videos fun. I just kind of like, you know, just fantasy, not just the whole fantasy book in it, brother. Now that we did the women, we are going to go to the men now, who I think will be a champion. Now, when I should have said this earlier, but when I say champion, I mean like any singles championship. So when I say for the men that they will become champion, I'm not necessarily saying that they will be world champion or anything like that. I'm just saying they will be a champion. They will have some sort of gold that isn't tag team gold by the end of the year. Just want to specify that for the men. So let's get started. Starting with number one, this should surprise literally no one. I'm going with LA Knight. What can I say about LA Knight? He won at Mania against AJ Styles. That is pretty big, and I think it's really just a matter of time. I said this in my Mania predictions as well. I think it's only a matter of time before he has a belt. I think he will get a belt very, very soon. I'd be genuinely surprised if I don't see him with a championship at the end of the year, whether that's winning Money in the Bank, which I don't know if I want him to win Money in the Bank. I don't think he needs to win Money in the Bank, is why I'm saying that. Like, if he won it, cool, but I think like he's at a level in which where he doesn't need to win Money in the Bank to have a championship match to get a belt. I think he's the next feud for Logan Paul, honestly. But I guess we'll find out sooner than later. But I think it's only a matter of time before him and Logan Paul cross paths, since Logan retained. I think that'd be a fun feud. LA Knight roasting the fuck out of Logan Paul would be fun. I think, and the match would be fun too. Logan's really good in the ring. So, and LA Knight, I feel like LA Knight gets a lot of shit for his in-ring work, but I think he does well. I think AJ LA Knight match at Mania was pretty good. I think it was fun. So yeah. Number one, LA Knight. Next up is Braun Breaker. I think they are going to fucking put the rocket on this boy and he's going to zoom. He's going to go fast to getting a championship on NXT. He said his farewells, so it seems like he is going to be focusing on the main roster. And I would be genuinely shocked if they don't put a belt around him as soon as humanly possible. He's so good. His mic work has gotten better. I wasn't the biggest fan of him, but it's not like he's ever been bad. But I think he's gaining more of a personality, making him more fun to hear talk. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, his in-ring work, incredible. The man fucking shifts the ring when he runs the ropes. It's insane. I think they're very high on him. So it's only a matter of time before he has some type of gold, whether that's maybe taking Sammy's Intercontinental Championship. I can see that being the case. I could see him winning the US Championship. One of the world titles, I don't see it happening, but never say never, I guess. I'm going with number two here, Braun Breaker. Now at number three, I am putting CM Punk. This one might be a little surprising. I'm putting him at 3 because I don't know the timetable of the injury, because like he's been getting physical on Raw a little bit, so like maybe he's coming back sooner than we think. But I do see him potentially getting a championship by the end of the year. I think Drew is going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, whether that's from Damian Priest or whoever beats Damian Priest. I think he's going to win at Clash at the Castle. It's in Scotland, and him winning in front of fans in Scotland would be fucking insane. But then I think he will have a match with CM Punk after that for the belt, and maybe CM Punk wins. I'm not too sure. I don't think CM Punk is going to lose his first championship match if he does have one, but you never say never, you know? So I'm putting him at number 3. because like I think it can happen. But with his injury, we don't know for sure if he will even have another match by the end of the year. I'm assuming he will, because it seems like he's moving that arm a lot more, and maybe he's not cleared for in-ring, but he's doing a lot more. And I think it's probably only a matter of time before he's cleared. That's why I have him at number 3. I had him at number 2 when I was originally making this video. I had him at number 2, and I switched him with Braun Breaker because the injury thing is a thing that I'm not too sure about. But yeah, and now moving on to number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have Ricochet. Ricochet has been getting pushed the last few weeks, and it's awesome to see because Ricochet is fucking great. He's incredible in the ring. There's not much needed to say there. I think anyone who watches wrestling knows that Ricochet is good, very good. You've seen so many clips of him on various social media sites of him doing insane shit, and he always does insane shit. And he was just in the Fatal 4-Way at the Raw After Mania for a spot in the World Heavyweight Championship match, which he didn't win, but he was in that match, which means like they're pushing him, and I'm sure they want him to win something. Now I have him at 4 because I don't know what belt by the end of the year he would win. He has that history with Logan Paul. They have their viral moments together, and a singles match with them would be cool. Editor Hades here. I know that Logan and Ricochet had a match at SummerSlam last year, but I mean for the belt, it's different for the belt. Okay, just wanted to clarify. Would it be the Intercontinental Championship that he wins? Like, those are the 2 mid-card titles I could see him possibly getting a chance at and maybe winning by the end of the year. But when it comes to like world titles, I don't think so. Again, never say never. They're giving him a push. It's awesome to see. He's getting a lot of reactions from how good his matches are, like the one he had with Ivar. That one was awesome. They killed it. I think he'll be on the Mania card in maybe a singles match, maybe like a triple threat fatal 4-Way type of shit for a championship. I think he'll be on the Mania card next year. I really hope, because he's so fun, man. He's so good. And maybe like his mic work isn't the best. I don't know, because I feel like I haven't heard him speak on the mic in a while. But I love Ricochet, and I would love to see him win some type of gold this year. All right, and now moving on to our final person I think has the potential to win a championship at the end of the year. And at 5, I have Finn Balor. Now, walk with me here. I'm picking Finn Balor here at 5 because I don't think they are breaking up Judgment Day this year. But if you remember when Finn was fighting for the World Heavyweight Championship and how many times Damian fucked that up for him, I think seeing Damian with the championship is going to start building something up inside of Finn. Maybe jealousy, seeing him win, especially if he starts winning matches and he has a longer reign, because Finn was the inaugural, did I say that right? Inaugural Universal Champion and had to relinquish it. As we know, he only had a day reign, and I still think that haunts him. We know that from the feud he had with Seth Rollins, in which where they revisited spots from that match and how the buckle bomb into the the barricade and stuff like that. I still think it's going to eat at him. I think seeing Damian with the world championship after he's been there so long and he's tried so many times and hasn't been able to get to that world championship reign that I feel like everyone wants him to have, and that he feels like he deserves after all he's done. I think it's going to build up to that within the Judgment Day. I have him at 5 here because I'm not too sure if that will happen by the end of the year, but I do see that happening, and I think it would be a very good feud between Finn Balor and Damian Priest. I don't know how long they plan to have Damian Priest with the championship, because like I said, I think Drew McIntyre wins the championship at Clash of the Castle. Truthfully, it would be awesome to see Finn and Damian fight for the belt, and maybe Finn winning the championship. And that, ladies and gentlemen, are 5 women and 5 men I can see becoming champion in WWE by the end of the year. This is just me guessing. Who knows what's going to happen by the end of the year, if anyone's going to lose a championship. I'm all for longer reigns. I don't like when, especially like world championships, get like fucking handed around like after like 10-day reigns. I want people to have longer reigns, not as long as Roman, but longer reigns, and I think it would be cool to see these people win. Thank you if you watched all the way. through. Thank you so much for sticking by this whole time and listening to me. Yeah, I do want to do this for NXT as well, because I think there are some people there that I could see becoming champion this year. I think it's a pretty open field over there right now. Be on the lookout for that, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.